Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because we are diving right into something that affects literally every single one of us. We're going to uncover the hidden psychology behind every single purchase we make. Seriously, by the time we wrap up here, I promise you, you are never going to look at a trip to the store the same way again. So let's just jump right in.
Okay, picture this, because we have all been there, right? You walk into a supermarket and you're on a mission. You just need one thing, a bottle of water. That's it. Fast forward 10 minutes and you're standing at the checkout. You've somehow got chips, a chocolate bar, maybe a fancy new reusable water bottle, and you've effortlessly spent like 3 times your budget. Sound familiar? Well, here is the million-dollar question. Was that entirely your decision, or did the business carefully influence you?
To figure that out, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover Section 1, the science of shopping. 2, the 5-step buying process. 3, internal and external influences. 4, the power of emotion. And finally, 5, smart shopping and exam tips. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the science of shopping, or what is consumer behavior?
You know, businesses spend literally billions of dollars every single year trying to understand this one core concept: consumer behavior. Simply put, it's the study of how people decide what to buy, as well as when, where, and why they buy it. Think about it like a giant puzzle. If a company can figure out how the customer's mind works, they can design better products, run better ads, and, well, sell a whole lot more. It basically takes all the guesswork out of marketing. Here's an example that perfectly hits the nail on the head. Imagine 2 students, and they both need new shoes. One goes out and buys a pair of generic sneakers, right? The other buys Nike shoes and pays, wow, 4 times more. Now, logically speaking, both pairs do the exact same thing. They protect your feet. So why on earth would someone gladly hand over 4 times the cash? That right there, that is consumer behavior in action. Let's scale this up a bit to one of the biggest companies on the planet, McDonald's. They actually change their menu all over the world simply because consumer preferences differ so much by region. Like in India, you won't find beef burgers at all. Over in Japan, you can grab a teriyaki burger, and in the Middle East, the menus are halal. It's the exact same massive global company, but they're dealing with entirely different consumers. Adapting to those local tastes is exactly how they boost profits and build that intense brand loyalty all over the globe.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 5-step buying process, or how we decide.
So let's break down the actual mechanics of how a purchase happens. Anytime you buy something pretty significant, you're actually going through these 5 specific steps. Step 1 is problem recognition. That's, realizing your phone battery is dying halfway through the day. Step 2 is information search, where you're scouring Google or YouTube for fixes or replacements. Step 3 is evaluation of alternatives, weighing different brands and prices. Then comes Step 4, the actual purchase decision. And finally, Step 5, post-purchase evaluation, basically asking yourself, am I actually happy I bought this? Let's bring this down to earth with a real-life scenario. Buying a laptop before heading off to college is a perfect example of this. So first, you recognize the problem. You clearly need a computer to do your coursework. Next, you search for information. You're probably binge-watching tech reviews on YouTube. Then you evaluate your alternatives. Maybe you're comparing a Mac to a PC, looking at battery life, features, warranties, the whole shebang. Eventually, you make the purchase decision. And then, a few weeks later during midterms, you do that post-purchase evaluation. Does that battery actually hold up like the guy in the video promised? Which brings us to Section 3, internal and external influences, and what shapes our choices. Okay, so what actually drives those 5 steps we just walked through? Well, it starts with internal influences. These are the things that come from deep inside you. We're talking your personality, your age, your lifestyle, your core beliefs. For example, a dedicated fitness enthusiast is naturally going to notice an ad for healthy meal prep way before they notice an ad for fast food, right? Because their own personal motivations are directly shaping how they perceive the world around them. But on the flip side of that, we have external influences. These are the forces coming at you from the outside: your family, your culture, and of course, social media. Just think about it. A famous athlete wears a flashy new pair of shoes during a championship game, and boom, sales literally skyrocket the very next day. That is the massive, undeniable power of external influence. And you know what? The truly great companies out there master both. Take Apple. Apple doesn't just sell phones. I mean, if they did, their marketing would be a whole lot simpler. Instead, they use consumer psychology to sell an entire identity. They're selling status, they're selling innovation, and honestly, a sense of belonging. They masterfully leverage both your internal desires and those big external cultural trends. All right, let's dive into Section 4, the power of emotion and why we really buy. I'm going to let you in on a little secret in the marketing world. The truth is, most purchases are purely emotional, and then we desperately try to justify them with logic after the fact. You know the drill. I deserve this, or, well, come on, it's on sale, or my personal favorite, I'll definitely use it later. We feel this strong emotional pull, we make the buy, and then our brain just scrambles to find a completely logical reason for what we just did. In businesses, they know this perfectly. It's exactly why you rarely see Coca-Cola talking about their ingredients or their perfect level of carbonation. No way. Instead, what do they show us? Friends laughing, families gathered around, big celebrations. They deliberately associate their product with warmth and human connection. Because when it comes down to it, emotion is what truly sells. Which leads us to our final part, Section 5, Smart Shopping and Exam Tips, so we can start mastering the concepts.
Okay, it's time to turn all this knowledge into actual power. The very next time you find yourself out shopping, I want you to pause and ask yourself 3 super simple questions. Number 1, do I actually need this? Number 2, am I buying this just because I'm feeling emotional? And number 3, have I actively compared any alternatives? Just taking a breath and running through those steps will absolutely break the spell of impulse buying. It's a game changer for making smarter financial decisions. Now, for any students tuning in right now, especially if you're prepping for those AP exams, I really want to help you avoid a super common mistake. Do not confuse consumer behavior with the marketing mix. Remember, the marketing mix is what businesses do. It's their actions. Consumer behavior, which is what we've been unpacking today, is how the customers respond. Keep those two explicitly separated in your mind, and I guarantee you'll save yourself a lot of easily lost points.
To truly lock in everything we've talked about, just make sure you're super confident with these essential keywords. For the buying journey itself, you've got need recognition, information search, alternatives, purchase, and post-purchase evaluation. And then over on the psychology side, remember, internal and external factors, customer satisfaction, brand loyalty, and impulse buying. Seriously, mastering this vocabulary is going to be your absolute key to acing that exam.
Wow, we have covered so much ground today, haven't we? From the 5 steps of buying to the sheer power of emotional marketing. But before we wrap this explainer up, I want to leave you with a little something to think about. What's one product you have bought recently entirely because of emotion rather than logic? Take some time to think about it. And keep observing that fascinating science of shopping all around you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next explainer.